Well, good afternoon or good evening or late evening if you're on BST. I am
Hmm.
Bruce, aka the guy in the blue shirt as I'm known here, and I was recently telling that story. And my method is simpler, faster, better. And I am honored and blessed to be with my really good friend and coach, Veronica, V-Power Coach. And she
Give me five. Give me five. Give me five. Boom.
and she is safely back in Manchester and preparing for a big family reunion. So over to you,
Yes.
Veronica. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to talk about actually our two methods. Yours is impact, and mine's ignite. So
Gosh, my cheeks are hurting you because, before the live, we've already been chatting and laughing. I'm good. Well, hey, most people know me as V-Power Coach, right? Veronica stands for also V-Power
yeah,
Coach. And of course, I'm an impact course creation strategist. And that comes from my educational background because I used to be a teacher. Well, used to be, once a teacher, always a teacher, right?
yeah,
And I'm very happy to be board member of the educational communities worldwide because we're really making an impact, especially back home in Ghana. And yeah, I'm also a deep dive mindset coach. So I'm always fascinated about the mind and about how, we do what we do and why we do what we do or why we don't do what we do and how to really unlock that and really be the best versions of ourselves. Because ultimately, Bruce, there's nothing like being yourself. It's so liberating, so freeing, especially when it comes to business.
yeah,
I found that business thrives when you're simply being yourself.
yeah. And being yourself with all the idiosyncrasies that we learn to adapt and adopt to along our way,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
pathways, our pathways are very rarely in a straight line. And I can't read her comment. Just saw Juliet in the comment. So Juliet's a
Oh,
fellow UKer. She was
yes.
I think you guys have been chatting through comments. So thanks, Juliet, for supporting because we know it's late there. And yeah,
Mm.
if you see Veronica dropping to sleep, just poke
No,
her if
right
you.
now I'm buzzing. Whenever I'm with you live or having a conversation about things that we're passionate about, the energy just
Yeah,
it's
absolutely. All right.
so I'm sure when we finish, I'm like
Well, you can't sleep. You have your family coming from
yes,
Scotland, right?
tomorrow. Yes, they're coming tomorrow. My sister, my mom, my sister's children. So we're gonna have a full house.
Oh wow, that will
I'm
be
looking forward to it. Yes.
oh well, I'm sure that will be great material for you to grab and use, right?
Yes, we'll see.
So see,
You know,
yeah,
the, the, the most beautiful materials or content is the spontaneous ones, right? So yeah,
oh
we'll see.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and talking of spontaneous, I know I sent it to you, even though it was a really bad recording. On my way driving, after I met you, I was driving to my best friend, and I had to stop for gas. And I remember we talked about V Power and it being the Shell brand of premium gasoline or petrol over
Yes,
there.
yes.
So
So
yeah, I don't know. So have you had any impact with that so far? Has anyone like reached out to you yet? Or
well, not exactly, but something did come up, not with the power fuel, no, but something to do with cars. So we'll see.
oh, okay. Hey, now you're talking my language.
Ah.
All right. All right. Oh, and Russ Hedge is in the comment. Hey, Russ. I thank you. Russ and I did a live stream actually on Monday, and we have a joint one with Dr. Noopy coming up tomorrow.
Oh.
How about that? So it's like it's like
Yes.
family, friends, gathering, lots and lots of wonderful opportunities to chit chat. So, all
Yes.
right, and Florence. Hey, Florence. Florence is a relatively new connection, so thanks for joining. So, yeah, tell us. I mean, obviously, you helped me come up with my signature course that I ultimately called Ignite, which I'll talk about a little bit at the end. But more importantly, how did you happenstance upon your acronym Impact? And just tell us a little bit about genesis of how all that came about from the V-Power coaching.
Oh, Bruce, let's talk about you first. First of all, let me tell you, when we first started, when we first kind of connected with the intention of collaborating and working together, I was so fascinated by your wisdom, fascinated by your knowledge. It was just so beautiful to listen to you, the stories from your past experiences, and really dissecting all of that, because essentially creating that course that you did, even though you had all these years of experience, it was just, so overwhelming. Like, how do I package that 40 years of experience into a course, right? But I just admired, your thought process, how you seamlessly, put it all together. And I feel and I know that the people that I work with, right, there is a synergy, there is an energy that just, when we co-create, it's just seamless. And as much as it's a challenge sometimes, to articulate, to, create the modules and the active learning objectives and all the things that come with creating a curriculum, it comes with ease. So I'm so honored and so privileged to have had the opportunity to work with you, Bruce.
Well, thank you. So, super goosebumpy. So
yes, really.
But another wonderful Dr. Christy Nguyen is in the feed, and in fact, tomorrow I get up early to fly to Florida to meet with Enrique on Wednesday night, who offered to pick me up at the airport, and on Thursday I get to spend some time in Dr. Christy Nguyen's office. So
you guys are so lucky. It's not fair. I'm all the way in the UK. If I was in the US, I'll be flying all around the States. I'll be like everywhere. Oh.
Well, you fly.
I'm on a plane here. Oh, I'm on a plane here. Oh, I'm going there. Oh.
Well, actually, Dr. Christy helped me get comfortable about something that, I've been hiding for a long time. I have a very special eye condition. It's hereditary. It's very rare, and it's not really well known. And after our live stream, I was talking to Dr. Christy, and anyway, bottom line is she's a very forward-thinking optometrist, and I said, hey, what about if I came to see you and we tried to do some, kind of maybe a little bit different thing to see if I can get to see better? And she said, okay. So, so the okay, just saying yes, and the okay, that I can't thank her enough. That was just such a relief. And then parallel to that, I had been introduced to Lisa Riggs, who has a sock making company. She's a woman-owned business. So we've created actually a pair of socks that for every pair of socks that are sold, then a portion of that will go to the National Institute of Health in Bethesda to continue the research around extinct retinoschisis. So anyway, it's a long story, but Dr. Christy Nguyen helped me feel kind of normal and comfortable about that. And she's the only eye doctor other than another guy, Dr. Scott McGregor, I used to see all the time in Dallas, but he passed away, unfortunately, like at very short notice. So, so Dr. Christy's been the only eye doctor advocate that I've found that has all the right smarts. She's empathetic, she's smart, she's willing to try something, with no box criteria. And you and I talked a lot about that during the course creation, that, I don't want people to feel that this method is defined by a box or defined by a shape. I want them to be able to take my Ignite method and use it very flexibly and do what they want to do with it in a timely manner without being under pressure to do module 1 by this date or module 2 by that date. I wanted to be cautious and conscious that people learn at a different rate, at a different speed, and a different intensity. So that's what we did.
What I love about, creating frameworks is, as much as there's a structure, it's flexible.
Absolutely.
Right? As much as there's a roadmap, you can meet the client where they are at. And I realize many people don't have a framework. Actually, very few people have a framework, at least from what I've noticed. Yes, maybe they have a system. Maybe they have, of course, they have clarity on, what services they're giving. But when it comes to a framework, it's like you stand out. There's no one like you because it's so unique.
Right.
And the procedure to coming up with that framework is not just, okay, so what's the framework going to be? No, if you remember correctly, like how we came to the Ignite, as much as it was in the back end of your mind, it all kind of came together. So I love creating frameworks with my clients because it packages it all really.
Well, let's talk about the word Ignite, because yes, my 6 modules are an acronym of Ignite, but before we went live, you actually got to meet the catalyst behind Ignite, which was 𝒑𝒂𝒈𝒆. Yes. And that was a surprise for you because we're actually in the same building, because I'm behind the scenes of her social connect today to help her, and she's setting up, so I'm doing the live stream. So yeah, 𝒑𝒂𝒈𝒆 was the person that really, I wouldn't say forced me, but she did force me. No, she forced me in a beautiful, gentle way to really come up with a powerful, action-orientated word that I was going to use in 2022 to align the strategy around not only what I do, but what I do to help others. And we had a short list of words, and I was brainstorming with her. I said, you know what? Whenever I see you at events or I see you in person, or she said, you just help ignite the whole room, so it has to be Ignite. So that was how the action word came up, and then I just use Ignite because I love it to be the acronym for my 6 modules. So.
Absolutely, and it makes so much sense because you're igniting a process, right? To create processes that are simpler, faster, and better, right? So it is an ignition within the organization that you're helping, create these squeaky clean processes.
Yep.
I love the concept of, if it takes more than 3 clicks, you need to clean it up. You need to ignite the process, the cleaning process.
Or if it takes more than 30 seconds to find something physically, it might be a toolbox, it might be a file, it might be your hair dryer, it might be,
keys.
Yeah, anything. It can be in your home, in your life. It can be, and those gold standards, as I call them, 3 clicks or less if it's an electronic piece of communication. Oh, hello. I just love live streams. So
oh God, was there a ghost in the house?
Well, isn't it amazing? I just said,
because I'm alone at home. No, I know what that was. I was piling up some stuff in the bathroom, and I'm sure it wasn't.
But isn't that amazing? I just said 3 clicks or less, and something jumped off the wall.
Yes.
What are the chances of that happening? Right? Yeah, the joy of live stream, you just can't beat it. So yeah, so
yes, Ignite.
Yes, Ignite. Well, Ignite and Impact. So I always clearly remember how, when you took me through what impact means, we had a conversation about, the roadmap is so important, but it's like navigating on a trip, right? If you're in Manchester and you want to go down to London, as you did recently and we met in person, well, if I'm in 𝐳𝒶𝒄 and I want to go back to London, our roadmaps, we're still on the same destination, going to the same place, but our actual navigation on the roadmaps are different, right? So you did yours on the train. I did mine partially in a car and on the train. So the method is flexible, and that's what I love, because then I can help cater that to the individualization around either the person or the team or the combination, or if it's a family. I mean, I'm helping actually a family attorney right now, and it's very, very interesting how he thinks about his work life and what he's passionate about. And so So you can't have a rigid, you need to create impact as you do with your method, but it can't be so rigid that it just doesn't work for people. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. You meet them where they're at. I work with, a range of different types of coaches. So some of them may be in their beginning stages, so some of them may be already seasoned, right? So regardless of which stage, I know that with the impact approach, oh, okay, so you're already making money online, okay, but you want to leverage your time. You want to, now package that knowledge which you've been serving people for so long into a course and digitalize it. Because remember, not every online course is digital, right? There are different formats of delivery, but that's another topic. But yes, you want to pre-record and have it digitalized so you can leverage your time, have more time to do what's important. So I meet them where they're at. For example, they don't need to go through the eye of the impact, the identity, because they're already established with that. But somebody who's beginning and try to really discover who they are and find that golden spot, that sweet spot of theirs, right? They'll start from the beginning of the journey. So it's really flexible, and it gives you the opportunity to help a range of clients at different stages of their journey.
Right. Well, it's interesting you focused on the first letter. Mine is investigate under and it's taken me a while to figure out, well, how do I start to give people the opportunity to investigate potentially doing all 6 modules, but not get them to feel like, number one, they're either overwhelmed or it actually isn't going to work for them based on either the pacing, the availability, and the time they can really contribute to it. So despite common, guidelines, I'm actually going to offer my first module, the investigate model, complimentary. And the reason I'm doing that is I, like many other people, I've had some misfires before where I purchased a course or an assisted piece of mentoring, thought it was going to give me X, Y, and Z, and actually it ended up not doing that. So I got disappointed. So what I want to do is make sure that, I avoid creating that sensation for somebody. So right, wrong, or indifferent, the first module is going to be complimentary, and in the investigation stage, the individuals or the small teams, they're actually going to determine for themselves is this really what they want to do, and is it something they really want to sign up for? Because once they sign up, it's a lot of work.
Right. Yes, and I love that about you because it's just shows how genuine this all is. The course creation world has kind of lost a little bit of its reputation due to all the gold diggers who are just trying to make fast, quick money and just sell without any without taking into consideration if the course is truly transformational or not, right? And that's why I love to focus on the fact that creating a course is not just any kind of course. It's a transformational signature course. What does that mean? A signature is a premium product because it captures your wealth of knowledge. I call it the gold dust, right? It captures that essence, and it creates literally a blueprint for someone else to go through. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So again, and I've always done things a little differently. So I'm never afraid to get out of the box. In fact, I love to be in the, guiding and mentoring people with, no constraints, unlimited thinking, unlimited resources. And I'm always amazed at what they come up with. And, if you don't put those constraints, whether they're real or perceived around people's minds are just, like you said, you're intrigued with the whole, always a teacher, always a learner. It is all about everybody's mind. And if you don't contain it or bridle it, it's staggering what people will come up with. So,
absolutely.
And that's the exciting piece, isn't it great to be excited to have somebody say, hey, Veronica, or hey, Bruce, what about if we did this? Or hey, I was thinking about this. Let me show you. I want to do it like this, and this way. And it's like,
Yes,
oh,
that's the ignition. That is the ignition factor.
yeah.
Like it ignites new ideas, better ways, faster ways, simpler
Mhm.
ways. So it
Absolutely.
all is just like it all aligned, really.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So a lot about our history, a little bit about what does the next 3 months look like for you, and then I'll do the same in return because I've got some real wild no box thinking stuff coming up. So
Oh well, 3 months. Well, that's almost the end of the year. We were in July.
yeah,
Well, in
so
about 4 months or so, 4 or 5
yeah,
months. We'll be in December.
yeah,
Oh boy, I'm just taking it easy, right? You know me. Yes, I have my greater visions, and I'm doing that, especially back home in Ghana
right,
with
yeah. Talk to us a little bit
with
more about that because some people may not know that you
oh
have an amazing giving and giving back spirit from everything that you do.
yes,
So,
yeah, yes. It's always been my vision, and Bruce, the power of manifestation is so underrated by many, and so many doubt the process that they never really start,
mm-hmm,
or they are discouraged by how long it may take. Over 2 years ago, I shared a mission, a vision I had. I put it on my profile. 2 3 years actually. I have lost track of time. About 3 years ago, and I always said, "Oh, my mission or my vision is to create or set up a leadership academy in Ghana, helping the youth, become better leaders." Like it was just this inner vision. And when I
thing,
closed my eyes, I could see it. Like I
right,
don't know how it's going to happen, but this is it. Yeah, maybe when I gather up some more finances, I can set up my own academy back home. Like whatever. I'm just like, whatever is happening, this is what I want.
right,
And of course, I spoke about it whenever I visited Ghana. I showed my heritage. I just doing things that became inspired actions.
mm-hmm,
They're just so spontaneous. It's in the moment. It's not planned. So I went to Ghana for my father's. It was called first year anniversary after his funeral, to
uh-huh,
celebrate and just to show respect. I went to the village, and I shared, of course, with the community and the educational communities worldwide. Lawrence Fianco Owusu, he's
mm-hmm,
the founder. He saw this and he reached out. He's like, Veronica, because he's also from Ghana, and he was very much humbled by the whole story and the whole experience. So I was invited to join as board member almost 2 years ago now, and I'm like, wow, this was the vehicle of the vision. I never would have thought that it was going to
mm-hmm,
happen this way. And that's
right,
the beauty. You have the vision. Don't
mm-hmm,
worry about the how. It will manifest in its own unique way. And now we get the chance to impact lives back home in Ghana. Maybe not as a physical academy with the school, but we are helping schools. We are helping children. Not long ago, we also raised funds to build a borehole in one of the
right,
orphanages that we had donated some computers, but we noticed that, listen, this is not going to work because the children don't even have the basic needs of water. Let's do something, right? And there was this 10,000 poly tank that contains water. Let's let's fill that
mm-hmm,
up. At least let them have water for the whole year.
right,
But then the funds came in from the community when I shared the story of the Graceland shelter orphanage in Ghana, and we now had the funds to build a borehole to give
right,
lifelong eternal water for the community, and it was so beautiful. And now we're helping another school, and early next year, even if about maybe 6 months, we need
uh-huh,
to organize it. We were organizing a teacher training. I'll be running a teacher training in Ghana for the schools and the under-resourced areas so that the teachers are more equipped,
mm-hmm,
as a teacher. And my wish. I spoke to Lawrence. I'm like, I'm going to take my mom. My mom is my inspiration. She's the master teacher. She's the one who started it all. She was the superintendent of one of the most popular schools in Ghana, the nursery department, Ghana International School. And she has a wealth of knowledge and experience. I'm like, she's going to be my consultant.
Oh, awesome.
So we will be traveling with my mom and having teacher trainings. Like, this is just the vision, but we have gathered some funds to at least ignite the process and help those schools. So I'm so grateful. Yeah. So yeah, Bruce, this is it. This is it. Yes, we have our businesses. Yes, but we are much more than just our businesses. We're much more than just our professional titles.
Absolutely.
These are more vehicles, right, that allow us to do greater things and give back. So I'm so fortunate and humbled to be able to do that.
Okay, is it KJ? My writing's small, so just join the comments. So thanks for hopping in and joining us. Much appreciated. And so kind of a little like you, if you can. Well, first of all, congratulations on coming up with the borehole funding for the water, because, what a very simple thing that we all take for granted in a more developed country. But the fact that you can give them the source of everything that life, particularly plants, grows from, is water, right? So what a great replenishing, everlasting legacy, right? So and you and I, during mapping out how was I going to approach defragging 48 years of stuff here down into, we talked a lot about legacy, and legacy might be pompous for some people, it might be overrated, but for me it's very simple. It's like, wouldn't it be a shame if all of the intellectual property between my ears, or the intellectual property between your ears, Veronica, went to waste? I hate wasting things. So giving people the ability to grow from water is amazing, but also sharing with them the legacy of your knowledge between your ears and giving that back through is super cool. So
this is it. This is what I live for. I've come to accept and acknowledge. Like, when I close my eyes, I just see myself traveling the world and just building boreholes.
Hey, all right. So if there's a borehole global
teacher trainings and boreholes, yes.
Or both. So
and all of it, yes. Wherever we can, we will.
Yeah, somebody's watching this, or they know somebody in such an organization and they want to be Veronica's brand ambassador, then just reach out to her. She would love to talk to you. Yeah, so my BHAG, big hairy audacious goal is the first week of August. I'm actually going to volunteer at the IndyCar race in the streets of Nashville. So it's a new location for me, but the reason I'm volunteering is I want to get behind the scenes, because talking about manifestation, I was talking with a lady that I've known for a while, 𝐈𝐿𝐼, and she said, well, if you really want to put it out there, like no limitations, what would it be? And I say, well, it's pretty simple. I really either want to help Honda or Andretti Autosports, or both of them. I'd like to be their go-to person where they say, hey, Bruce, take a look at this process. How do we still make it simpler, faster, better? And the whole simpler, faster, better fits with the whole IndyCar thing, which is why I love it so much. So I'm going to do some volunteering to see if I can learn. And again, a lot of people don't always understand that, volunteering is about learning first before you can get the opportunity to do something else. So you have to give before you can get.
Yes, this is true. This is right. So true.
And then fast forward in terms of kind of no box thinking, I'm actually currently, in fact, just before we hopped on the setup, I'm working collaboratively with a lady called Charlene Nichols, and Charlene is pioneering the use of her technology called an Omnisphere. And Omnisphere is going to be virtual reality. So this old analog guy is going to be tinkering around in virtual reality.
Oh, you know what I love about you, Bruce? It's like you're such a connector. Like, oh, this person and this person, like he knows everybody. I'm like, oh, I was like, oh, have you spoken to this person? Oh, I need to connect you with this person. Oh,
Right.
like you know everybody, and it's so powerful because you're such a connector.
Well, it's one of my, and I tell people it comes to me and they think I'm being like weird or something, but it does. I just know how to join the dots between people. And in fact, in talking to you in less than an hour's time, I'm going to be, I invited a lady called Nina Lane to 𝒑𝒂𝒈𝒆 Social Connect today because I know that you are just going to be amazing friends. I already know.
Yeah.
He doesn't know, you don't know, but
Right,
I already know. So I'm going to remind her in person while I'm chit-chatting with her shortly. I'll remind her, or I'll make sure she reaches out to you. So if you see a reach out from Nina Elaine, yes, it is 2 first names, and watch out for Nina Elaine. She's a very interesting, up-and-coming, high potential, high performing women-owned business leader here. So super cool.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, Juliet's adding more commentary. Thank you, Juliet. So again, appreciate it. And again, I don't want to overrun our time commitment because it's 11:30 at night there for you guys. And I don't want to not help 𝒑𝒂𝒈𝒆 for a little short time before I have to go. Actually, have to go online for my orientation for the Nashville IndyCar race.
Oh, Bruce, you're something else.
Yeah, in a good way, I hope.
Of course, only.
Own it, right? Okay, so what's the best way for people to reach out to you, Veronica?
Oh, well, you can visit me in my virtual office LinkedIn. My profile, always there.
Yeah, you are.
Veronica Safwa. Also my website, v-powercoaching.com.
Okay, good. And I know you like DMs as well. I know you get a plethora full of them, but so that's always a good way to reach Veronica. Absolutely. And for me, it's pretty easy. My 3 hashtags, simpler, faster, better, all on LinkedIn. Hashtag process cleanup, or if you want to talk to me about something personal, it's hashtag the guy in the blue shirt. And information about my Ignite program is running in the ticker below. So I don't know. Did you spot that, Veronica?
Yes. Processcleanup.com signature dash series. It's there. It's there. It's coming.
See, this analog guy is,
it's there. Processcleanup.com. Is it the dash or hyphen? What is it called?
Yeah.
Forward slash. Yes. /signature dash series.
Yeah. So, and anyone that goes there to at least, they can get a freebie, which is my taking time wasters to time savers, which is kind of fun little analysis, which I know you did, and you like, ooh, like that's wasting time. It kind of opened your eyes a little bit, right?
Yes, absolutely. No, if anybody's listening to this, you must at least have a taste of the first module, or download that freebie on how to really save time, because it's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? Okay, well, thanks for staying up late, and I hope it goes well with family. Just hang for a minute. I'm going to do my little, I don't think you've seen this, Veronica. This might be new, but don't disappear. We'll say bye.
Okay.
You're frustrated that you have no time and you just hate it. You lost your mind. You're running around the kids and the spouse, and the business that was once your passion has got you burnt out. So, consult with Bruce, the guy in the blue shirt. He'll help you find the truth so that you can do you first. See, it's all about simpler, faster, better, so you can save massive amounts of time and money instead of longing for the day where you can finally kick your feet up. Oh, do yourself a favor. Call up Bruce. He'll tell you about process cleanup.
Bruce. Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what? My cheeks are not going to explode. Wow, that was so beautiful. That was so beautiful and so powerful and so, yes, straight up. I loved it. I'm like, oh, awesome.
So
clear messaging, articulated in normal language, understandable for any person, an 8-year-old even.
right. So did
Right?
it strike a chord with you?
It did. And the narrator, wow. The tone. Sorry, who is he? I need to get in touch with him.
Yes. Okay, well, I'll introduce you. So,
Please
yeah,
do.
Devin,
You know.
yeah, Devin is a very talented young man, and I just told him, I just kind of told him, you know, from this whole legacy thing, these are the emotions that I want to create.
Yes.
And he did 2 outtakes and came back with that. How about that?
Wow, wonderful. You know, the emotion in his voice, the tone, the intensity, the pacing, you know, with the stress on words when necessary, just created this story and engaged and just, you know, really just hypnotized me. Well done. Yes. Oh, now what else are you going to surprise me with, Bruce?
Oh, wait and see. Wait and see.
Oh, wait, somebody's at the door.
You wait till
you're there.
No, I'm not there yet.
No, I didn't.
All right, such fun. Say good night to everyone in England and
good night.
Good afternoon to everyone in the US.
Thank you so much, Bruce. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, so just hang for a minute. Okay.